Guys, and welcome to this video. So today we will see how you can play GIF image in your app. Okay, so as you can see on the screen right now, here we have like a GIF image, and we'll see how you can create a component that you can use over and over in your app. Okay, so enough talking, let's dive into the code. I created a new project, so the first thing we want to do is to create a new folder, and we will call that folder GIFs. Do is simply drag and drop or gift. Okay, so perfect, this is our gift in our view. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a right click here, new file, SwiftUI view, and let's call it GIF reader view. Okay, so we have a view. So the first thing we want to do is to implement a UI view presentable. Okay, why? Because right now in SwiftUI we are not able to display GIF. Okay, so in order to display GIF, what we want to do is to use UI kit. Okay, so let's change this view into UI view presentable. And of course, since we are using UI view presentable, we want to conform to this protocol. And in order to conform to this, we have to create two functions. The first one is make UI view, and the second one is update UI view. Okay, perfect. So now here, instead of a UI view, what we want to return is a OK web view. And of course, it doesn't know what is WK web view, so we want to import the WebKit. Okay, perfect. So now what we want to do, we want to build our web view. Okay, because this GIF image, we want to load this image into a web view and then return that view. Okay, so let's go ahead. The first thing we want to do is to create a web view. Okay, so now what we want to do is to get first the URL of this gift, and then extract the data from this and load the data in this web view. Okay, so first we want the URL, and then we want to extract the data from this URL. And last, we want to load this data into our web view. Okay, start by the URL. Okay, so let's create a URL. Okay, so this is our URL. So for resource is the name of our gift, and of course for the extension, what we want is a gift. Okay, so this is it for the URL. Now we want to get the data. Okay, and this, so what we are saying here is that, okay, we want to get the data from this URL, and of course this one can fail, right? So what we want to do is do a cry. So try to get this data, and if you cannot get anything, return null. Okay, so the last thing we want to do is simply load this data into our web view. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, perfect. So here we load this data into our web view, and now what we want to do is simply return this web view. Okay, okay, but now as you can notice, we still have some errors. Okay, why do we have these errors? It's simply because this URL can be null. Okay, as you can see, value of optional type URL, so this can be null. Okay, so what you want to do, you want to unwrap this URL. Okay, so how do we do that? So in order to do that, we want to put the URL and the data into a if statement. Okay, so what we want to say is that, okay, if we are able to get this URL, let me cut it, and the n is the comma, and we are also able to get this data. So if we are able to get those two, what we want to do is to load this web view, and in case something happen, what we want to do is simply print an error message. Okay, perfect. Now on this update UI view, what we want to do, we want to simply type UI view that will load. Okay, perfect. So as we can see, we still have an error here. Let's see what is it. Type of expression is ambiguous without more context. Okay, see, everything is working perfectly. We have here a GIF. So what we want to do now is simply use this view into a content view. Okay, so here let's come here and remove this image and text, and what we want to do is to call this GIF reader view. Perfect. As you can see, it's working perfectly. Okay, here we have a GIF, but what if we want to like pass the name? Okay, so let's say you have like many GIFs, and in this view you want to call one, and in the other one what you want to do is to call the same view but by passing a different name. So let's do that. For that, we need to create here a GIF name. Instead of hard coding this name, what we want to do is simply put GIF name. Okay, so in our preview now we need to pass the GIF name. Let's pass welcome, and now in our content view what we want to do is we want to do the same thing, GIF name welcome, and everything is still working. Okay guys, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.